Right, hello, welcome back to our attempt at filling in the 2x2K map. So I'm just going to continue that where I left off, uh, which is a attempt at getting steel mills done, and we are playing around with airplanes, and it's a stupid idea, so it's not happening. I want to have this here, so what we'll do instead, I kind of looked up where we are, and there are, go away. There are a few scrap yards around that we can hook into, so we shall do that instead. So stations, I usually just use third for scrap. It's not really the best idea, but hey ho. And I'm kind of going to go backwards here. So we're going to come from here, which is to say, once I'm away, don't care. Once we're out of that steel mill, we'll come back here. Mm. Okay, do you want to go a bit faster, buddy? Why is this so difficult? Mostly just that. So we'll kind of exit someplace there. Totally award-winning. That would have been a decent moment for my guess off. Something like that. Then they'll hopefully leave me be. So at the moment, this is not going anywhere. Or is it? It is. Just going to do this. Not too professional, but hey ho. So that will come into here. gets picked up, and then I just want, so this obviously won't work because why would it? It's fine. Carriages are very slow if you haven't been watching. We're using speed limited carriages, so it's not much point in having super fast ones. Do you wonder about this? Shut up. Okay, I won't be able to bridge that. I can bridge this. We want not this. There's another one further down. Further here, really. I don't know how far out I want to go because obviously there are quite a few of them. So that's not being used. This is being used. 180, 144. I'm tempted to do a feeder at some point. Sake. You just had to. Okay, where are we? So I said there's one, and then we kind of loop back into here. I think it would be sensible to put a station kind of not here. Where was I? I always get lost. I have a tendency to get seriously lost. Started here, went off there. Yeah, I could just put a station here. And then essentially, I could just, like, these are pretty puny. So what I could do is there's a station. There's the other one. No. Actually, yes. So we shall need a bunch of depots. And from here, we do a few things. One is that I need to replace all of these with a new one, which is, I think, 2011. Nope, 2004, 2031. Okay, I am slightly mistaken then. I'm replacing these. Hello, cat. Meow. I'm not replacing that. I'm replacing these. I will do it in soon. I wanted scrap. And clone. This only does 140. That's kind of the whole thing. That's not totally not worth. Go away. Having a train service. Transfer. Go. Gets back into comfy position. Thing is, I am tempted. No, I don't want to put tunnels through here. Tunnels can be very useful later. So I obviously know that Scrapyard's output grows with town growth. These towns are not really going to go anywhere. It's unlikely anyway. Okay, fine. So then we can continue. This was the one that we're slightly more interested in. And unrelated, I want to replace these because they're kind of outdated, and for monorails it matters. For anything else it does not. I mean, not monorails, maglev. Not doing it too religiously though. I don't even think we'll have more than one. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Go away. So then we still want that one. Whatever that was, yeah. This is where I have to start bribing them because they're not going to like me if I do this. Well, not too terrible. The other thing is that we'll kind of hook these in eventually. And then go back that way. Which is probably easier said than done, especially with the objects. I think I'm still far out. Come on. Thereabouts. It's actually not bad because I just want a bigger bridge. It's always a good reason for a bigger bridge. And I won't be able to do that. So I kind of want to get in here. Not there, that's for steel. And then these are for everything else. I'm sure there is a better way to do this. I'm also sure that this is really not in the right spot for me. Okay, now I don't have a bridge in the way. Great. Because if I don't have the bridge in the way there, shut up. No. Although it is correct, but I want normal signals here. So it's more than a little obscure, and I'm pretty sure it's incorrect in some spot, including this one. Go away. 3K, that's not enough once again. Okay, that's not enough once again. And it's going to go in the wrong direction. So one of the takeaway learnings you can get from this, if you're otherwise not familiar, is that you look at how much you're spending on signals, and you would have a reasonable idea as to what you think you should be spending on. And if the two really don't line up, then you've obviously made a mistake somewhere, such as that. Like this is not quite, well, 400 again. This is incorrect, likely. I already signaled this out, actually. So what we do then, apart from needing a bunch of depots, probably do it this side just in case I want to put a train through there in the future. And then it goes back. Okay. So we start here. And for the sole purpose that one of these is a 700 stop and one of them is a transfer stop, I will have 2 counts. So start here, go there, go there, go there, and here. And here, and go. I did not want to close that. Just curious. Yeah, the original vehicles were making 15 a year total. This makes 25 a year. But as I said, I don't want to duplicate this because it feels like cheating. Also, money isn't that much of an object. Okay, so assume that is good to go. I kind of flagged a few, yeah, these three. How good or bad are these? Okay. Okay. Not so okay. I mean, okay or not, it needs taking, so it's not really a topic for discussion. This whole exit's very poorly done. Object. Okay, I want to know where I am. So we could start kind of going into there and just loop back. I've given up on showing directions, which may or may not be such a great idea, but and I won't be able to do this. Is there any traffic here? Not at the moment. Like initially, I was very religious on this whole trains come from the right, but to be very honest, I'm repeatedly failing to grasp what each side is in this game. So there's one, and there's one. So start. Yeah. Always misclicking. Like 4K feels okay in terms of signaling costs. Mm. Have the object. Okay, so we then basically hook back into this, and we are double quotes done. So let's get a call 5. Tempted to bump that, except, hold on. I need to find an actual depot. Lol. This is not a ship. I can't just randomly bump it. Because if it's running at 43, okay, can we do like one thing at a time? One is that we clone this and then start here. I think it was only 3 of them, stations. So that goes. And then you, did I, hold on. Turn back immediately. I mean, I still kind of mixed up something because they can't get to flying duck. Yep. Yeah, I only had 3 stops, I kind of remember. That's okay. Yeah, not great, not terrible, but lol, 1%. Ah, that's the new lot. — 96%. Brilliant. It's probably as high as I've ever seen. Yeah, that's why it's a bit of a cheat, because you know that just, even though it's small, double quotes, like 900 units, but goes so fast. So it's essentially triple compared to one of these. I kind of find it more fun this way. And we're doing reasonably okay. How is that for time? Plenty. So this is flying duck. That's nothing. So these coal mines could be hooked in there because this is very underutilized at the moment. Especially because I've kind of come off this far to hook things into that one. So why don't I do just that? Two, three, 4. The reason why I'm counting is because I kind of want to make sure that I don't forget about them too easily. Let's start with these 4, and then we can do it one by one. I don't really foresee an awful lot of traffic on these lines, so I might not be too bothered by. Okay, I'm not going to tunnel yet, because tunnels are a bit of a jolly joker sort of card, and doing them early on is not a great idea, because space will become a problem, the lack of it mostly. Okay, those two. And I actually have the time more or less to do this in this episode, which is great. And then, hey, hello, you need hooking in. In fact, all three need 4. Yeah, okay, well, one for the next episode, I guess. It's weird that you're not allowed to build on a bridge that is occupied by a road vehicle, but you are allowed to build on a bridge that's occupied by a rail vehicle, some such. You can hook that in, and a whole bunch of others just essentially get on this line. And this, what am I? I'm off. Right. Need to like head that way. There's no good combination of events here. There's absolutely no point in that. Because what would make more sense is to actually have it come out onto this. Some such. 9K, vaguely acceptable. Although a bit sus. I think it should be more. They are. Okay, just do that. Although it's fine because we have stuff coming from here. Definitely not enough. $400. Nope. $8K. Better. $4K. Okay, looks fine. So what I will do is this. And for the time being, we just deal with the call. Also because I only have actually a fair bit of time. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Start here. Go around. Go around. Come here. And go. Where we're going to have issues is obviously they're going to get lost because there's no way out. This is being used. So we need to get back to the, I'm not even sure where sort of thing, but far away. Here. Just going to triple check that this is where we're going before I dig up half of the world and then figure it's not where we're going. Pin. The latest thing is not that made much difference that I very explicitly made slope bridges for road vehicles on the proviso that, haha, yeah, that 1 million, that they'll never be fast. And actually, they are faster than 120. Wait, where am I? Can I turn yet? I can get so lost. I was about to come here. No, no. I hate this. That's our bridge. I want to come here. I really hate these bloody things. I don't know why I set the alarm for now, because we're only 46 minutes into the game. I'm impressed though that the trains haven't started complaining yet that they're lost and can't come through. Okay, we're kind of getting there. Get off. Like we need to be somewhere there. Yeah, I was waiting for that. So, in theory, this should not yet be enough, but okay, 26k is fine. Where are you? Turn around, go back. Comes out. Going to place a few depots because we'll just need them. Still have signal. Still have signal. I want to do that. Okay. So in theory, this is all we need. Famous last words. It's just they're going to be stuck for a while. So the 52 minutes into this. It's not quite late yet. Where am I? We have a bunch of scrapyards not being picked up. In fact, quite a few of them. And I think this is a reasonable opportunity to start thinking about hooking them in. In fact, many of these are not being used. We're making money. I'm kind of thinking I could pretty much 7 this. So we kind of have a few minutes, basically. Okay, so if I put a depot here and then scrap, pick one, clone that. And from here, go to wherever these go. In fact, you go where this goes. It's pretty far. Okay, so we can stop here. Save game. Because we are 55 minutes. So as always, thanks for the attention. Thank you for watching. And any thoughts, comments, whatnot, feel free to interact. And I shall hopefully see you the next time. Thank you and bye-bye.